Hi guys, welcome. I'm playing the Elite Arena. Started the stream a bit late because I was having some late dinner. But still a lot of time to go in this tournament. And today is going to be 1+1. So we'll have some intense time scrambles. And in this game I'm playing a Replicator. Relative new player to Crazyhouse, I believe, or at least he's risen to the 2100 level. He's playing his first Elite as stated. And I already had one game in this tournament with him, but I was eating then, so didn't seem like you would enjoy me feasting on stream. Okay, let's take on F2. Let's try to get some practical play. No, if knight g5, I want to take and go knight at e4 and gain some pieces. It's not that dangerous for him. He can just take on g4, but in time trouble it will create ideas around this king, I believe. Okay, now let's go bishop here. Take on c5 and knight at e3 now. Let's go knight at e3 first. Maybe take the bishop back then. Yeah, let's just take the bishop back. And now I can win the queen. Probably pawn at f3 is also really strong. I'll go for that now. And now queen at c2. Should be mate soon, yeah. Could have also gone queen at e2, queen c2. Same idea. Okay, so the finisher is clearly at the top. GCC is playing as well. And Jasugi might be playing, yeah, is playing as well. And Chicken, last week's winner, I believe, might be joining us later again. So we have a strong turnout. Next up, Bughouse Knight. Who is giving me this e5 idea, which I guess is fine for black, but it also gives some practical chances for white against the king side. The problem is that he is playing really quickly, so I followed him in his steps and therefore might have missed an interesting continuation. Now let's go for e5. I want to use this f6 square. It might be a good idea for him to trade and go knight at g3, knight at e2, take on g3. So we'll probably have to prevent that somehow. So let's go pawn at f2 for a lot of safety. Could have gone pawn at e2, and yeah, that's a good move. Okay, now I have some coverage, but I'm down a lot of material. So rook f1, nice move, rook at d2. If I take, queen at g1 is mate. Okay, I can take this, rook takes g2. There's no knight at e3 because it's covered. Okay, so let's go bishop at e2 to take this pawn. I don't want to go with my rook to f3. Okay, I think I have time for pawn at f6 now, because rook at h8 takes is a nice threat. which seems to be leading to forcing mate, but maybe he found the defense. King h7, I can promote to knight. That should be sufficient. Yeah, knight at f6, and then rook lands on either square. And then rook g8. Could have gone rook g8, e8 as well, because d6 is covered. Okay. So on a nice streak in the beginning. Here. King switcher and bughouse knights. That's a nice performance. Of course, it's also nice to win against the replicates, or a move was fun, but should have been expected to win those. And as always, as always, I'm almost saying as always, the last few weeks there's been a prize money of $50 that generously donated by JK the Bullfrog. He's not playing right now, but so yeah, there's still this bounty on for the first place in this tournament. Okay, we're playing Jasugi. Let's go knight b5 before he can play a6. And then fortify d4. I like to fortify d4 with c3 because when the e-pawn is rather useful on e2 in these lines. Okay, I'd like to trade maybe and go knight g5. Okay, now knight h4 to take here and then take on e4 twice. And now he's weakened his position somewhat. He might sack the exchange here. Okay. Guess I allow knight f5. I just take it. Let's try to keep up with this pace. Somehow, let's just develop. Maybe it's time to take on g6. Let's take on g6. Oh, I want to force some trades and see how that goes. Okay, let's cover g4 first, and maybe go g5 next. It's important that not a lot of pawns are traded. That might have been a slight inaccuracy by me. But we'll see. Okay, now time is getting critical as well, so need to create stuff quickly. I'm giving a lot too much material as well. He's just taking everything and going back, yeah. And now this is where 1+1 becomes really annoying, because you just don't have time to figure things out. You have to insta move. And here he mates me. Well played. Well, no shame in losing against arguably the best Crazyhouse player around right now. Note that I said arguably. Okay, CIW. Whoa, he has lost a lot of rating. When I played him the other day, he was like 2400 or something. Almost, yeah. So maybe he has been berserking a lot in arenas or something like that. That's a good way to lose rating. in my experience. I'm going into a line which I don't know. Might not be wise. Queen e8, I guess. I expect him to know this. Maybe rook f8 was not the move. That might give me some advantage as to him not knowing what to do here. But he can just take material, yeah, that's nice for him. I just don't have anything. Let's go knight at e3. Maybe it creates some stuff. Of course, I'm threatening mate. But probably just rook at g3 is fine. Well, there's also pawn at f7 ideas. Okay, this I should take at least, yeah, twice probably. So let's go e2 first, and then take this. I cannot take again. Just rook takes or something like that should be really strong. Or just take that one. This is totally lost, yeah. So now he is mate. Okay, well played by CRW. I just walked into some line there, which probably has been analyzed to a win for white. And you can trust CRW to know his lines in e4, e5. So next game I shouldn't play it against him. Okay, so chicken also playing now. Legion has joined. So the usual suspects. So the finisher off to a very good start, but I expect GHC maybe he wins. He doesn't lose that many games, so he should be on streak most of his games. Same for Jasugi. So I expect them to fight for first place, as well as Chicken Crossroad, of course, who won last week. Let's go h3. And just knight at g3 and maybe e3. Because this knight is controlling some bishop drops on h5, for example. Okay, now I should watch out for stuff on a3 coming. So let's go here and then back, because now maybe I can use the d6 square. Also could think about knight at h5 next. Okay, let's drop this knight. If takes, I'll probably go knight at d6 first, and there's this idea of taking on b7. Okay, I'll take on b7 now. go bishop at c5. Take this maybe. Let's go pawn at d4. I don't want him to get this defender to e5. And I don't see anything concrete just yet. Him attacking me there. Let's go rook b1, just cover the knight. Okay, I can take the bishop now and then take on e6, e7 because of bishop at d6 winning material. Take the queen, now the rook is hanging because queen e8 is made. So we're getting there, almost. Let's go rook here, and then maybe knight f5 wins. I think knight f5 wins because of queen here, and rook at f8 was made. Okay, that's very nice. Beating Yasugi. Happy with that win. I hardly get wins against him. And this is his new account. He used to play on 12-10, I believe, and it was even a worse score. So happy to put in that win. Okay, math is fun. He's repeating his opening basically as he plays last game, and you have to really push e4 if you want to punish this, otherwise the bishop on b7 will become too important. So let's block pawn at c6, and now I can try to go knight at f4 and just try to push on that f3 square. Let's go knight at f4 and take on g2, maybe pawn at g4. I think it was a good idea to take with the rook, because allowing a queen trade there was bishop f3, and that would have ended badly. Okay, now I'll just take on f3 a couple of times and play pawn g4 and bishop at f3 next. And there will be positions where a knight is really good or a rook is really good, and I don't think he can prevent me from taking those pieces. For example, now where do you go with the knight? And this knight and this pawn are just doing a really good job defending. Okay, now we just repeat on f3, because we will gain an extra pawn, and we have the pawn on g4 again. And now we have the same position as before, but I have some extra pieces to play with. He would really like to put a bishop on e2 defending, but that's not possible. And now I'm threatening to take here. Okay, let's see how to play this. I think just queen at b2. Okay, I'm sacking the queen here for a lot of material and extra attack. Now the king is in the open. He could have run back. Let's take on d4. Cover the knight. Threaten stuff. Like bishop at g2. Already very close to mate this. Bishop here. King g4. Knight f6 or a knight, no f5. That was the mate. Okay. So yeah, as expected, GSVC winning all his games so far. The finisher also very strong. feel like the finisher is a really strong player, and he's even relatively better compared to his opponents when there's increment involved, I think. Okay, so this should be a good version of the e4 e5 system, I feel like. Let's just castle, see what he does. Let's just play it a bit safe. I have a nice knight on d4. I'll just trade some pieces. He's trying to create something though, but the queen can come to g4, okay, but that's about it. Knight on h6, king h7. Knight on h6 is covered, even. So let's just put a pawn on g7. Could have put it on g6 as well, but now with the bishop here, it should be fine on g7. Let's just take material. Okay, now we have to put something on the defensive. Let's take here, because knight at e2 is a really strong threat. And he could ignore this, but I don't think there's pawn at f5. I can just take the queen and then I'm well defended. He doesn't have that much pieces. Let's take with the bishop. Let's see what his ideas with this move. Maybe he wanted me to take with the king and then go knight at g5. Okay, let's go knight at f6. If he sacks the queen, both entry squares for the knights are covered. Could have even just taken this pawn, but that may have allowed a bit too much. Now queen at h2 is a huge threat. Yeah, and now this should be enough. Knight h5, queen at f4, or g3. Let's go with the pawn here, and then the rook on h2, and the queen on g1. Yeah, if the king walked up, that was also not... should have been made, at least. Something with queen at f4 and rook at h4, something like that. Okay, so the finisher 12 points ahead of the pack. And GSVC and Traza Reide Garnard and me on 24. Not so easy for Jasugi to come in just yet, but expect him to be on streak soon. Check and Crossroad also not starting strong. And we have King Switcher playing, which is nice. It's a strong player, 2500, 2400 level, you could argue about that, but at least he's a strong bullet player, I'd say. Right, Davids. Let's see. Okay, he wants to go g6. Let's go for a quick e4 then. And just switch up to a system without the g3 bishop. Okay, let's castle. Play h3. And I'm not taking on f6 just yet, because it just fortifies its position really. Let's go a3. What is this? Ah, he wants to take here. Okay, fine. Could have gone queen takes h5 maybe, but it seemed a bit risky and it was unnecessary. Now there are lots of ideas in the position for me as well. Okay, let's go bishop takes g6 and knight takes d5. This is going to be sharp. He can go for pawn at g3, for example. Okay, let's take. The knights are doing a good job defending, and he can take this one, but then still this knight is doing a good job defending. So if pawn h2, sidestep. And there are a lot of open squares near his king as well. So rook takes f2 is necessary. And now there's probably pawn at h7 being strong. But maybe I just have to cover some stuff. Okay, let's take this knight first. Rook at g1, I just take this pawn. Okay, let's try to attack. I have a lot of pieces, so this should work out, and in the meantime I can also drop some pieces around my own king. Oh, time. I forgot about the clock there. Ah, and I couldn't make knight g1. Wow. I forgot about the clock there and moved too slow. Okay, but okay. It can happen. Wow, Yasugi berserking. I'm not going to indulge him. Let's go h3 and e5 as well. Block the h file. Nice tactics. Idea is that if I take, there is knight at f4 mating. Is this mate as well? I guess so. I thought I had a pawn short. He could play this, of course, but queen takes d7 should be enough. Let's see, bishop at d7 first. Maybe bishop at c8. Block the rook. Because now knight d5, okay. And he only has one rook to defend. I'm not getting to mate just yet. That's going to be a problem. Yeah, he got me. Well played by Yasugi. Sorry about that. I just got lost there in the checkmating sequence. It must be a mate for white there. but then the time is just not enough. No, but nice tactic by Yasugi. Probably, I hope he had seen something like that before, because otherwise it would have been sick. Okay, d5 I think is the move here. What to play here again? I think knight at h4, but I'm not sure. I should really look at these lines. There's a lot of interesting stuff here. Or maybe I should take, I don't know. Take. I'll check it. Okay, but knight takes g2, that's a nice threat. Queen here must be good. And probably knight takes e4 ideas. At least the queen can come back to f7. Or maybe queen takes g3, knight f2, king h5. That looks like mate. Let's go for it. Oh, knight f2 is not check. Wow. Blah. What a brain fart. I was thinking knight f2 was check and then king h5, bishop g4. But knight f2 isn't check. Okay, so lost 3 in a row. 2 against David. Congrats to David. And now we have to focus up again to get some wins in. Okay, Baga's knight going for double fianchetto. Okay, I'll trade the queens if he wants to. And then just go bishop g5. Looks already annoying for black. The idea is takes knight at e7, for example. Okay, rook d1. Let's take the knight now. I would like a pawn, of course, to go pawn at g7, but taking the bishop is also fine. And you can also just try to create some squares. Maybe take on d7, go knight at e5 or knight at g5, for example. Okay, it's going really defensive. So let's take this knight and try to go after h7. Okay, let's take it now. Yeah, okay, this is just allowing easy checkmate. Don't know why I took it. He should have taken on f3 first if he wanted to take it. Okay, so GCC up next. Who hasn't lost the game yet? Okay, and he's playing b3. Could take and go e4 for e5. Let's try that. Because the whole idea of this is that that this bishop becomes very dangerous. Still have to watch out for it, of course, but we have some restriction on it. Bishop at g4. That's just careless, or just a bit more careful. Bishop at g4, not allowing knight at f5, which gives him options to take here. Okay, but let's go. Let's continue. Queen d7, bishop takes. If I take, there's knight at g7, so would have taken the knight first. Okay, let's go knight at e2 and take the rook. I think it's to his advantage, maybe, but felt like something I should go for. Okay, now it's hard to find a move. And time is going down, ticking. Okay, let's just castle and block with the rook on e6 if he goes bishop f5. Yeah, he's just playing too quickly. Or I'm playing too slow. Just whatever you want to call it. Ooh, taking on c6 as well, really strong. Okay. GCC, very tough player to play against, because he's really precise. It's the same when playing against, for example, Jasugi or I mean JK the Bullfrog. I feel like against someone like Jan Lee or Jasugi, I'm also worse, of course, but at least the position becomes a position where I get chances. Thanks for the follow, by the way, Dr. Captain Zap. Okay, let's try a Berserk to get back in it. Let's take with the G pawn. Probably this is going to bite me in the ass, but we'll see. Knight f5 is almost mating me. Okay, good game. Should not berserk. Okay, 1 hour gone, and we still have the finisher on top, getting the most games and the most wins in. GSVC still undefeated, but not stringing his wins together as quickly. Okay, let's try to get a good second hour. Okay, so I feel like I gained a move here because he went bishop f5. So that should count for something. Okay, let's trade. Take on e7 first, take on c6. I feel like these trades favor me. Bishop at d7, I can just take, for example. Okay, let's go bishop at d7 first. Okay, he wants to sack. Move the knight back for free. Queen at d7, queen takes f7. Hey Ominous, welcome. Thanks. Maybe should have gone knight takes f7. Let's go knight takes f7 anyway. If he takes the bishop, I should be safe, I feel like. Take here, threatening stuff on d6 as well as knight takes c6. Okay, queen e5. I can always take on g5 if necessary. Pace though. Let's keep up the pace. Okay, now I have to play a bit on the defensive. Let's go e4. I want to take this bishop away. Okay, now I might get in. Knight at f8. Okay, he repeats. Now the queen can come to h5 with check. That's really important. Pawn here. Note that the queen on g2 is stretching this line, this diagonal, I should say. So that's a nice thing there. He may have missed some chances there. Let's see how to proceed. Let's go bishop here. Maybe just king f1 next. Let's retreat the bishop. I need to develop something as well soon. Let's go rook b1. He wants to take the bishop and maybe go bishop at b2. My pieces have become a bit more passive than I'd like them to be, but then again he doesn't have any pieces in hand, and if I can create enough here, that it does mean he doesn't have anything to work with. Okay, let's go bishop e2. Queen h4, probably just king f1. Okay, let's develop this knight to go to f4 maybe. And just keeping trades low for now. Taking pieces, that's always fine. See, he wants pawns on f3 and stuff to work with, but as long as I can keep the trades low, this should be alright for me. Just move back, he doesn't have any pieces. Play it slowly. Okay, let's put a knight on f4 to go after d5. Maybe. Okay, put a bishop here because he doesn't have a pawn for b5. Let's try to increase pressure. Okay, now we've traded some, so but that's also because I'm running a bit low on time. I've lost on time. Darn. Uh, if the increment was +2, but if don't count, but that was just a really nicely played game, I felt, but he was just quicker, and he did the right thing, pushing, just taking everything and pushing on the clock. But I was really happy with that game, or position wise. Ooh, and this is automatic pilot, and that's wrong. Queen takes f7. Surely was winning, was mating soon. Normally I've played d5 before. So okay, a bit lucky. Queen takes f7, knight at g5. Should have been mate. Okay, let's go bishop c5. He wants queen takes d5, I guess. Okay, now castle. Trying to play some active moves, but that's now I think I just have to take on d6, face the facts. That pawn d7 was just really strong. Okay, let's develop. Oh, I ran into knight f6. I'm missing a lot of easy tactics today. Okay, this is at least something that I have rook e8 in between. He was counting on me taking a knight d7, so he missed this as well. And this should be really good for black now. Queen at d1 threatened, so he has to defend that first, and then I can go with knight at d4. You can still go knight at d4 if you take the queen. There's knight takes f3 with mate. Okay, I can take with the queen here now. Oh, time is ticking again. It's tough when you're not in good shape. I'm really in trouble when I'm not in shape with these time controls. When you're feeling nice and strong, you can just find the moves easy. But now it's just they don't just come to me, and then it takes me time to think about it. And then I just lose these games. When you can also see it on my rating. Last few days I'm just not in great form. And then these players, all these players, as you can see, Dovit for example, so CIW, they just beat me in these scrambles. Okay, let's play e6. Maybe a bit of a shaky move. Queen c3 covers the pawn, but it runs into bishop b4, I felt. He can still go for it. Maybe I can go bishop b4. Okay, but now I'm also covering g7, that was the point behind this. What am I doing? I'm missing so much. Just a free queen on b2. Okay, let's resign this one. Okay, not my finest hours, guys, but I guess it's worth something that you also see. see me in my weaker performances, then you can join me in enjoying the strong performances more. Okay, but still 50 minutes to go, so let's try to get some interesting games. And just embrace the fact that, for example, the game against Chicken was really nice, but just didn't manage to win it. Okay, let's just defend d4. Okay, put a bishop on g2 to attack c7, c6 I mean. And I feel like I should push for e4 at some stage. Just not now. Maybe I'll second d5 next. He can try to second d4, but okay. I'm now a bit earlier. And then he slightly in trouble because he hasn't castled yet. If bishop at h6 takes, okay, I'll take this because if you take with the knight, I can take on h6. Yeah, this is remade. Okay, that's nice. Okay, GSVC. Let's see if we can get some sort of position against GSVC. Last game he was just crushing me. Okay, let's go for e5. Trade. And d5. And trade on e5 if he goes knight e5. Okay, I'll take this first. Then maybe take the knight is possible. But probably not wise. Okay, I'll take the knight. And go knight at f4 to defend against this. If bishop at g4, take on b7. Okay, now I need some defense. Let's go pawn here. Take. See how he wants to use the knight. Oh, my time again. This is okay. Let's go knight takes c5 then. Maybe he missed this idea, but the idea is knight takes g6 and knight takes f8. Double check. Oh, this is nice. He missed mate. Ah, I'm happy with this, and I'm happy I spotted it so quickly, because I was just getting down on time again, playing this like a 3+2 game or something like that, and he was 40 seconds up on the clock. Odd that he didn't spot it though. Maybe he just decided. I don't know. Probably he missed it. Okay, giving away a free pawn. not to be advised against Yasugi. Let's go f5 and let him take on c6. Okay, I'll take this and take another pawn. Okay, I'll take on f2 then. Then repeat. Because now e3 is a bit of a problem. Pawn at e3 next, e2, something like that. Okay, taking g7. It's not to be nothing to be worried about. Alright, a castle now. Okay, trouble's coming. So I should just try to get safe somehow. Probably just sack a queen here. And just sack material to stay safe here. Just put some random move in between. Okay, and I can just try to flag him. Yeah, it's a bit dirty going like this, but yeah. Okay, g3c and Yasugi berserking after that. So that's nice, after that middle section which just went bad. So maybe I'm finding a bit of form here. At least I got some momentum now. Maybe d3 was a slip, I don't know. I think you don't want to allow this. Okay, provoking bishop d2, so that d4 no longer possible. And now if I want to go something like knight d4, but maybe I'll wait with it and go for pawn at f3. Because this is just slightly awkwardly placed. Okay, that's a good move. Okay, I'll take the rook. Easy miss. That's just a really basic rook e1. Kind of similar like the rook e8 move CIW missed against me. If he pawn takes h6, I have some ideas there. Okay, this is resignable. I cannot defend g7. I have no pieces in hand. Queen g4, nice find by Backhouse Knight, who's on a nice streak as well, closing in on the finisher, who is still in front. Alright, dove it again. 2-0 against me this tournament. So let's try to beat him. Okay, if he takes on f3, I just take with the pawn, and then if knight of e5 comes, there's some idea with bishop a4 and bishop b5. Or in this case, bishop h3. Okay, knight at e6 now. If he takes, there becomes a f7 becomes a really big problem. The queen is hanging, so that's something to consider as well. Yeah, I don't think he can allow this. Knight at g5. King g6, there's bishop f5. King h6, knight f7. King h5, f4 ideas. So he has to move back, and now queen d5 I can take here, or I can take the blocker. If he blocks here, I can just take it with the bishop. Or with the queen. Let's go with the queen. It's a bit more fancy. Okay, so in 5th place, seems like the top 3 is forming. But still 38 minutes to go, and maybe Jasugi's berserking streak will catch on. Let's see. Chicken is no longer play. Okay. Expected him on the first page by now. Okay, taking a while to get the pairing. And we have CRW. Oh. Let's see if he wants to repeat this line as before. Okay, he does not. Okay, let's sack the knight. See what it does. He doesn't want it. This knight is awkward, so this should not be, should be okay for white. And he is his rook up. Okay, e6 is necessary, but not a move I like to play. Let's try to do something at f2, take the rook and then go pawn at f2 is the obvious idea. Taking on c3 is risky because there's a lot of ideas for him. But for now it seems fine. I thought he has this really nice idea of rook takes f7, but he doesn't see it, so let's just allow it. Okay, he goes for it now. Maybe I jinxed it. Maybe he felt like he needed bishop g5 first. Let's go with the rook here, so that he has the block first, or allow this. Bishop's coming in on b4 soon. Then knight c4 is made. Okay, happy with this. Didn't saw the mate all the way, but felt like there should be something there, and maybe he had the defense. I don't know, but that's 1+1. You just play practical and hope you win it. Okay, the finisher. He's still on top, I believe. Yeah, well, he's 24 points ahead. So he's the clear favorite to win this. Just putting a bishop on g3 to create ideas on d6. Among others, other stuff. If knight e4 I want to take. Bishop e4, that's nice. Okay, let's move back. Except just now I'm accepting, of course, that bishop e4 is a really good move, but the idea if I take on e4, he has a lot of strong ideas after that. Probably knight g4 now. Okay. Now I'll try to get in. It involves a lot of sacrificing, but maybe he can even take on g2. Looks risky, but probably he can indeed. Let's take the knight then. Maybe I should have put something here first, or on a bishop on f5. Because now bishop at f6 was also possible. Okay, let's take the rook if he wants it. Knight a6 now is a threat. And time is critical for him. Yeah, and this is what was my problem before as well. That in those time troubles where you are getting attacked, but you feel like you have a defense, you just can't find it in time. Okay, so I got the finisher of streak, so that might give some chances of catching him, but it doesn't seem like the finisher is going to lose the rest of his games. So probably he will win this tournament. Okay, Legion Destroyer. Let's see. Playing his first game, it seems. Yeah. Maybe he's deciding what to play. Or maybe he's putting on the stream to hear my thoughts. Let's go queen d5. Interesting move might be knight c3 here. Just give back the piece to gain momentum on the queen. Okay, I've sacrificed lots of material here, but it might pay out. I don't know. We'll see. Let's bring this rook to d8. King may have to run to h8. Okay, not possible anymore. Probably getting mated. Yeah, nicely done by Legion, punishing my opening play. Bit too frisky there with the queen in the beginning. Alright, Jasugi again. Let's see what happens. Ah, I've missed this. That's careless. That's so easy. I was just focused on the clock, but should not do that. Okay, but my performance is alright after this streak of 3 games here and 3 games there, so that's at least count for something after that huge loss streak in the middle of the tournament. And the finisher already catching up again. But Bughouse Knight has lost, 12 games or something. He only lost 1. So that's a really strong performance as well. And GSVC doesn't seem to catch up. So still the finisher is the favorite, I guess. Let's see. Legion just joined for 1 game. Just telling me who's boss. And then thanks for the follow, Rygo Kids. It's taking a while to get a pairing. I guess the game against Yasugi should have lasted a bit longer. The tournament is telling me that. We can just watch the finisher crushing King Switcher then. The only thing of this is that you don't see the pieces in hand, so you don't know what's really happening. It feels like the finisher is crushing, at least on the position. Alright, G. Rogers. Let's see. Okay, I like this move order because it allows c6 before and knight bd7. So that's nice. Okay, let's not play h6 because that will only help him. He might try for f4, but it leaves some weak squares around his king, so don't see him going for it. Okay, let's try something active. And by active, I of course mean let's try to sack something and see what happens. Because he has knight takes g7, he has knight takes g7 for a couple of moves, but Now with knight takes g7, there's queen takes h3. Okay, so he covered against queen takes h3. And now finally I pushed him into allowing my bishop to defend on f6, which is important. Let's not pre-move taking because knight f3 is nice in between. Before I could not take d5 because knight at e7, but now I can. Let's take here first. Okay, this is made into okay, happy with this game against G. Rogers. So okay, we might get an exciting finish if the finisher doesn't get a streak next game, and Bughouse Knights keeps on winning. And I'll just try to keep top 5. I'd be happy with top 5 any day in this field. Let's cover. Knight f5 or knight at e5 f5 is coming, yes. But I'm just taking a bunch of times, and if he takes here, I take by bishop at h6, knight at g4. And now I can trade a couple of times. Not going like I thought it would have gone. Okay, let's go here. Rook e1. Let's bring this rook to e1. Bishop at e6 to be expected. Can even take it maybe. Okay, now pawn g7 or g6 to go after f7. Knight f4. Probably running back before was better. Okay, let's bring the rook to e1 because it's a useful move, and I might get something on e5 as well. Why not? Let's sack the queen. Oh, this is going to be pretty. Probably should not win this game, but pretty sights. Okay, GD Howard going with b3. Whoa, I wanted knight c6 of course, but we'll work with it. Slips happen in online chess. Okay, let's go crazy then. It's a really bad slip indeed, b6, because it's sort of made me go bishop b7, but the bishop is just really bad on b7. This bishop is also bad. Sometimes the slip can help you, but this time it doesn't. Okay, so rerouted my pieces a bit. And his rook is a bit awkward here. Oh, I wanted to go pawn at d5, but knight at d6 straight up mates me then. So maybe I should have gone pawn at e6 in the first place. Okay, he still wants knight at d6. He wants to take on f7, I guess. That's a good idea. Okay, let's go rook b8. Let's see if he takes on f7. Taking here, if I take back, there's lethal checks. So I might just go for bishop here. Okay, and now I'm definitely going for bishop here. Let's take this knight. Could have taken the rook as well, but the rook is still a target now. Let's pre-move knight at f2 to keep the pressure up if he decides to save his rook. Probably knight at c6 is also nice. Do I want to sack the queen? Yeah, let's go. Because I have this bishop h4 move, which gets me some safety. Oh, now I have bishop h2 as well. And there's mate coming soon, I feel. Rook here to start. Yeah, knight g5, okay. So Yasugi, wow. Coming in with the berserk streak. He just didn't manage here to string together that third win where you get 5 points for berserking, but now it might be exciting if he has his groove going. That might get very interesting. Where there could be some game against him and the finisher deciding for the win. But we'll see, maybe the finisher just calmly keeps on winning. Okay, let's take... Let's see what to do here. Okay, let's go knight at g4 and if he takes, I want to create some weaknesses on e6. That's the idea. Okay, now I'm going for this sack on f7 to create indeed the weakness on f6. Trade of queens is fine with me. And now I have on f7 I meant before. And now I have what I want basically, so I can go for an attack on the light squares. The king is relatively safe on h8. Let's take on g6 and go pawn at f5. I regain my pieces anyway, and in the other scenario he might have gotten safe on f7. It's also ideas of knight f6 and queen h5. I was just pointing it out, and he went for bishop at h5. It's always nice when people are playing something into your hand. Yeah, this is over. He resigns. Queen takes h6 and maybe bishop. Bishop g7, there is some sort of save, but I probably would have taken on g5 there and just play it a bit slower. Okay, so 14 points between the finisher and Yasugi, so Yasugi still might take it. He's gaining ground fast. Alright. Oh, he decides not to berserk against me. Or maybe he forgot. let's take and go bishop e6. Feel like I've misplayed this. Probably I have. But there might be some hope if he takes the rook for bishop h3. Okay, let's take back with the bishop. Maybe bishop takes c6 is interesting. Problem for him is that I have mating threats. Okay, bishop d6. Ah, disallowed knight at c5. Bit sloppy. Queen at c7, rook takes e6. Surely he's mating. Oh, I don't even have mate. He has everything covered. Okay, let's resign. So I help Jasugi on his streak, but the finisher also wins. Stringing together wins again. So still 12 points between them. Alright, David again. Let's go for d5 this time. And e6. So this queen e7 idea. Maybe David knows this. Queen e5, just queen e2. So let's go pawn at c6. Maybe I should have gone c6 to preserve the pawn. Okay, but I get some nice quick development now. Let's castle. Since he played pawn d3, castling seems like a good idea. Let's preserve this bishop for the defensive purposes. Maybe go knight e4. Definitely go knight e4 now. Pressure on f2 with the rook. Okay, I can sack here. If he takes knight at e4, queen e2, queen at f2, and then I can take on f2, I believe, or g2, I mean, and take the rook as well. Okay, let's take this and go pawn at f2. He's two queens. I missed it. He has two queens. Now he probably has mate here. Okay, let's take the knight first. Could be useful. And now he doesn't have two queens anymore. The idea was that he had knight at h6 takes queen g7. Maybe I could have run here, but I doubt it. Now queen takes g7, of course, is still a very serious threat. I think pawn, I can go pawn here. Bishop here. Because king here, yeah, I just have enough material. Okay, so the finisher lost his game. He lost against Yasugi. That's important because Yasugi keeps on streak. It's on 80 points now. And the finisher on 88. And Yasugi has slightly easier opponent now. So seems like he's coming in strong in the end and he might take it after all. Thanks for the follow. Alright. Maybe we can take third if we win a few more games. 95, I just want to sack the queen. Let's go bishop b5. If e6 I take, and looks okay for me. Okay, now I'm just going after f7. There's defense, I think, but will be hard. Okay, let's castle. I reckon sacking on f7 is always possible. Okay, let's go knight e6 now, because then I can take this knight here. And maybe go knight at b5, for example, after that. And if he takes, I can also just take back. Okay, let's take. And knight at b5 now is an idea. Don't know what g6 is. Maybe it was a slip, but maybe he just wanted to take here and go. But allowing this queen, taking the queen with check, that should not be good. Bishop g5 to take this knight away. Next move. Knight at d5, queen at d7 ideas. Yeah, so he covers one, but he cannot cover the other. And now I'm just going after this rook, and that should be enough. Okay, so 90-90. And they're playing each other now. Wow, this is the game that probably will decide who wins the tournament. Because if the finisher wins and Yasugi gets a couple of wins, he might still catch the finisher, but I think this is going to be the one that decides. Alright, Dovitz next. Let's try to focus on getting to third place. Might be possible. Okay, he allows this. Yeah, I think this is normally this is really good for white, but now it's slightly different because normally this bishop is traded. Now this bishop is defending e7, g7. Okay, pawn here. Threatens mate. Yeah, and made him use a knight, so he cannot use the knight on d7 now anymore. He can go bishop d5, of course. Okay, let's take. Again, if he takes twice and he leaves the knight on the e4, I can go queen at g4 or rook at g4 and make him block with the knight to preserve his own knight. But now I can even just take the knight because knight at f4 is really strong. It's not mating just yet though, I think. So let's go knight h5 back and try to figure something else. Because I didn't want him to give the extra knight for either of these squares. Is this mate? Probably is. If I take this one, Is it mate as well? King d7 seems safe. Now I have rook at g2, for example. And now this knight can come in on d4, and now I should have enough pieces as well as mating threats. Yeah, now there's enough. Okay. So Jasugi won against the finisher, and now the finisher won't be able to catch him anymore, because he can only gain 2 points per game the first few games. So Jasugi is going to win this tournament. Really strong performance. Okay, let's play this probably Dutch or Flemish name. Papier means paper. Let's try to finish this before the tournament clock ends. Then we might catch Baga's knight. We'll see. Pawn on d5, I just moved back. Okay, he's sacking his bishop. Probably a good idea. So he can go pawn here, pawn here. I'll just take this because now he has knights only. And now I've sort of created defensive resources. Knight at f3, maybe a sidestep is necessary. Yeah, it is. Because if I take queen takes, bishop at e4 is annoying. And now I can just take time to go pawn at e2. Okay, bishop takes h6 to go queen takes d4. Okay, sack the queen. It's all a bit risky. He's playing very nice Crazyhouse. But he has to watch out for pawn at h7. I have a lot of knights. I'm banking on those knights to save me this game. Just knight here. Second knight coming in. King up, knight f4. Okay. Still no mate. Wow. Okay, and the tournament is over also, so not in time to win, but this is looking really tricky for him. Bishop here to start. Let's block off this diagonal. Okay, and he couldn't find a move here. Nicely played by him. Alright, congratulations to Jasugi. Let's see, 5. Over 15 games in a row. That's a really strong outing in this tournament. Okay, let's see. So I performed 2450. That's nice. Especially this part. Not so happy with it. But in the end, after all, had some good games. Okay, so and I also started a bit late. Just came home from work, so but not to make excuses, of course. Alright, guys, I'm going to leave it here for today. Maybe some more tomorrow, definitely next week. going to play some more tournaments as well. I have deadlines for studies on Monday, so therefore not that active past week. But after that deadline, I will definitely pick up the pace again. So hope to see you soon, and stay safe.